Now, I can almost guarantee that you've never heard of a case where somebody booked a flight on Delta Airlines and ended up flying American. Well, today you're about to see one of those cases because that's exactly what happened to me. All I can say is buckle up and sit back, relax, and enjoy this whirlwind journey as we fly from Chicago to Cancun, Mexico. Good morning from O'Hare Terminal 5, where, after breezing through security, we're waiting for our first of 2 flights down to Cancun. Severe weather the night before had heavily impacted O'Hare's operations. At least for Delta, many inbound flights were severely delayed or canceled altogether. Flight 5741 to JFK was supposed to be our first flight this morning, and while this aircraft was scheduled to arrive the night before at 9:50 p.m., it didn't land until just after 2 a.m. This morning, however, we were anticipating an on-time departure, and I was looking forward to these next 2 flights in Comfort Plus. But all of a sudden, the gate agent announced that the flight was overbooked and they were looking for volunteers to take alternate flights. Being the only people on this flight with Cancun as our final destination, my family was specifically paged and given the option for a non-stop flight. Now, that might puzzle you because Delta doesn't fly non-stop between Chicago and Cancun. But sure enough, we surrendered our seats and took the non-stop flight option. And then I looked at my new boarding pass. It was Delta branded, but specifically stated that our new flight was operated by American Airlines. Now, I didn't even know it was possible for 2 fierce airline competitors, neither of which codeshare or partner in any way with the other, to rebook passengers onto each other's flights. Now, of course, Delta uses Terminal 5 at O'Hare while American uses Terminal 3. Given we still had roughly 2 hours until our new flight boarded, we took the train over to T3, cleared security within 30 minutes, and reached gate K6 for our new flight. Now, for those wondering, after our rebooking, I began receiving emails from American with my new confirmation number. With this, I was able to quickly add my trip into the American Airlines app, update all of our passport details, and even change our seats given the flight wasn't full. Sadly, while I did add my Qatar Airways frequent flyer number, I never got miles credited for this flight, but I guess that must be because the original booking was made through Delta. But even worse, I didn't get the miles through Delta either. Now, many of you may be wondering why we didn't just book a non-stop flight to Cancun in the first place. Great question. Initially, we were supposed to fly from Chicago to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil on Delta. Now, I'm an absolute genius and didn't realize until a week before our flights that Americans now require visas to enter Brazil. Frantically, I applied for everyone's visas, but the e-visa website noted an estimated processing time of 5 to 10 business days. Not wanting to risk losing the entire trip, we decided to change the ticket to Cancun, with some Delta flight credit remaining that we could put towards future travel. As a massive slap in the face, all of our visas came back within 3 days, but of course I never wanted to take the risk in the first place. So that's how we were booked on Delta, but overall I was relieved to have gotten this non-stop 3-hour flight because otherwise we were facing a roughly 9-hour travel day. And just an update on our original flights, the first flight to JFK departed an hour late, while our connecting flight from JFK to Cancun was 4 hours late. I was just very grateful for how things worked out this morning, and as a bonus, today is the 4th of July, and what could be more patriotic than flying American Airlines on America's Independence Day? I'm in 26F this morning, and like I've shown many times before, the seats are decently comfortable and well padded. The seatback features are the same across all of American's mainline narrow-body jets, and universal power outlets are found between seats. Seat pitch is a tight 30 or so inches, but thankfully the middle seat remained empty, making things much more comfortable.
With a temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit or 28 degrees Celsius. On behalf of your Chicago-based crew, we look forward to assisting you today because you are always wise. Your safety is your safety is important to us, so please pause for a moment.
Comuníquese con un miembro de la tripulación para obtener ayuda. Si está sentado junto a una salida sobre el ala, la persiana de su ventanilla debe permanecer abierta durante el rodaje, el despegue y el aterrizaje.
There was just one refreshment service this morning. Despite being an international flight, the service was the usual US carrier standard with drinks, and here on American, Biscoff cookies, which you can never go wrong with. Otherwise, I spent the vast majority of the flight sleeping, and actually slept quite decently, waking up just before we began our descent into sunny Cancun.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off, and keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items.
Now, I admit that I've been a little tough on American Airlines in previous videos, but today I was very appreciative and happy to have flown with them. Our flight was early, comfortable, and ended up being super convenient for my family and myself. I didn't film after this, but the arrival process was quick and easy with no lines at passport control, and soon after we were off to the hotel. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you enjoyed this rather interesting twist of a journey. Until next time, take care everyone, nos vemos y adios.